All right, exactly 34 minutes after 6. We'll tell you what the newspapers are reporting. Front page, Daily Graphic newspaper. 2 parents lose case against University of Ghana over access to roads on campus. This issue was trending some time back. We'll see if this ends that subject. But just a bit of it for you.
Are there those on the?
Yeah, this will be the university primary, wouldn't it? Okay. A bit of it for you. It says that the Human Rights Division of the Accra High Court has dismissed an application filed by the parent of 2 pupils of the University of Ghana Basic School to restrain the university authorities from restricting access to roads on the Legon campus. The court said the action instituted by the parents on behalf of their children was beyond the stipulated time allowed by the law. The suit is caught by the statutes of limitation and is therefore not properly before the court to be adjudicated upon its merit. It says, I guess this needs some kind of breakdown. Also on the front page of the graphic, robbers harass Akosombo residents. We've got Emmanuel Kobe and Prince Tavon who are in police custody. Did they steal a car because they have a number plate? They are displaying a certain number plate. Also, 12 banks withdraw support to BDCs. Is this fallout of what's been making headlines? It says 12 major commercial banks in the country have decided to not issue letters of credit to bulk oil distribution companies as a result of the huge debts that BDCs owe the financial institutions. When the BDCs are in trouble, we would be crying because we would not know whether it would affect shortage of fuel or not, because there's a direct link.
That's well.
BDC's in trouble.
It's
fuel shortage.
Once they can raise
staring
the
at us.
LCs, that's the letters of credit, etc. It just shows that you're not credit worthy, so to speak. And as a result of that, you'll not be given the credit or the assurance that you can pay. And so the letters of credit for you to go to whoever is the supplier to go bring the fuel into Ghana would not be available. So it means the fuel itself will not come.
We've been here before. In fact, we've been here too many times.
You know those days when, I think, was it last year, July?
Yes.
Yes, when we're queuing. I think I went to somewhere in Nyenyano, near Kaswa, to go get fuel. From there, I didn't get enough, so I had to travel towards Winneba.
Amazing.
Then I got there Winneba and came back.
Okay, so if it's government that owes the BDCs, that can they pay so we don't go to where we went to?
Government can pay.
Listen, we have so many issues already. We don't want it compounded, please. Whoever, and I'll take my time and read, and then we'll speak to Senor Hossi. We'll find out who exactly owes them. We'll advocate for them to pay back. Ash foam store in flames. A just so strong man if convicted for damaging police cell. Back page, electricity, water supply to K Poly. That's the Koforidua Polytechnic disconnected. Power and water supply to the Koforidua Polytechnic have been disconnected. The Polytechnic is said to be indebted to the Electricity Company of Ghana and the Ghana Water Company Limited to the tune of 450,442.21 and 51,380.21 respectively. That's plenty of money. Is it the institution that is responsible for paying, or it is again government that's responsible for paying this?
They're supposed to be getting the subventions for government to pay. So once you don't get enough subventions, it means you can't take care of your utility bills.
But it will be good to know how the students are managing. How are they coping with that? No electricity, no water.
Yeah, I think sometime Joy News did a story from Presec. But we need to do a thorough story, get to the schools, stay with them for a night or two, see how they cope with going to preps, and if they have to eat under the current power cut situation, how do they manage, how do they sleep, do they sweat all the time, etc. You know, we know already there are no funds in there. I'm not sure they are.
You know, in the meantime, Nooks has also issued a certain statement. They still do not want to pay those utility bills, and they say that government has given them some assurances that they will not be responsible for paying that. We'll talk a lot more about that as well.
We'll see how that goes as far as that is concerned. And so now we have to look at the daily guide. On the front page, we have Rawlings confesses, I didn't campaign for Mahama. We also have on the front page, stars ready for doomsday, and celebrities like Mama V, Sarkodie, Yvonne Nelson, Nanaba, the rest will be, or DKB, my favorite rap comedian in Ghana. Okay, so those are the stories we have. And Houghton at MPP vetting. But let's look at the center spread of the paper where we have Splash the News One. The cover page has stars hit the street with lanterns and candles. If I was President John Mahama, I would join them.
Bobo.
And Bobo. If I was President, I would join them to solidarize with them. Tell them, I feel your pain. And you have a beautiful picture of Yvonne Nelson.
On behalf of the celebrities, they don't want anybody to come and say, I feel your pain. I mean, what is that? We all feel the pain.
You know,
we want to end it.
Yesterday I heard Yvonne said she woke up in the middle of the night, her light was off, and she was all sweaty, perspiring, and she said, what? I mean, how can I be in this situation? And you know, it's happened to many of us several times in a month, and sometimes
you toss around.
Yeah, sometimes not because, if not because of the job you do and the kind of people, the publics that you tend to interact with. Sometimes you are tempted also to just descend there and try also to make your feelings known because it's frustrating.
But listen, I think we've gone beyond. I think at this point we've gone beyond politics. I mean, it's not like party politics.
No.
These are people who feel exactly. So you should feel free to join. Honestly,
really?
I will do the Ghanaian Times newspaper front page of the Times. Kwame Kakari on why right to information is not passed. Governments, he says, fear transparency. And we have enough raincoats. Yesterday there was a story about the police not having raincoats. Some people even appealing, is it an appeal, saying that, listen, if the police service doesn't have the raincoat, buy it for yourselves. I mean, how much is a raincoat for a police officer? Okay, but they've not come back to saying that, oh, they have enough raincoats. That's good news. 2 grabbed for robbing Buzier's daughter. Unconscious accident driver flogged by passengers. Oh, a woman pouring water on the unconscious driver to revive him after the flogging. Amazing. I'm interested in the story. A bit of it for you. On page 3, it says that some passengers and drivers at the Pantine Junction in the Ga East municipality flogged the taxi driver whose vehicle was involved in an accident in the area yesterday morning while he lay unconscious. The reason? They accused Kobe Ado, the driver, of persistent drunk driving. Okay, so that's why they beat him a little and then they tried to help him up. Hopefully he'll learn his lesson from that. But back page is that fire that we reported extensively on at Achimota, the ash foam depot that was gutted. Cocoa smugglers now use Volta region to Togo, we're told. You can read a lot more on that story.
Okay, we have front page of the Chronicle, and it says Ghanaian coins are collapsing. Major players blame high interest rates. We have Ghana loses $1 billion annually to corruption, and the story sells to the former. The former presidential candidate of the PPP, Dumso, could put darkness on the Mahama regime, and that's an article written by the editor of the paper book, It's a Ghanaian Media Agile, and we have other stories there inside the paper. Okay. What paper do you have?
I've got the Finder next, the Finder newspaper, front page of the Finder. Food prices soar by 30% in first 4 months of 2015. If you go to the market, if you're a man, you probably don't, but you give chop money every day. I'm sure that your wife or the people that you give chop money to, they've told you by now that that same money that you give cannot buy the necessary items that they need from home. It's amazing. But how do we resolve this? I guess it's the issue of the economy not doing well. It's having an effect on every aspect of our lives. Kumasi NPP Syria callers engage in fierce brawl adverting. PNM tells government to fix the economy. Sarkodie Yvonne Nelson to lead Dumso vigil. Rural joblessness. WVG to the rescue. So you can read a lot more about this particular one in the Finder newspaper. But that's it for the headlines in the Finder.
Front page of the New Statesman: Indian koi and $260,000 fraud. Don't lord it over us. Kwabna cautions Mahama appointees. We have up there Minority Leader Swami needs peace before primaries, and Sarkodie Yvonne Nelson lead Doomsaw demo May 16. MPP must remain focused to win 2016. The back page has a story: China not an option according to Kevin and his representatives. Manchester United, I hear that they flipped their eyebrows towards a Ghanaian footballer who is said to be 20 years old. He played several years for Goma Feyenoord, and so was a product of the youth academy in Ghana. And already the Ghanaian papers are buzzing with the news. Bernard Mensah is his name. He plays for a Portuguese team, Vitória Guimarães. I hope I'm right. I think, well, I have to get clarification on how the name. How is it pronounced? I'm waiting.
You've massacred the name already.
Vitória.
Don't say it again.
Okay. Yes. Okay. I hear they say yes at the end. It's Portuguese, so please. Manny Pacquiao.
Oh, ask Kwame Jumajumai.
Yeah, he's always lying with the name. That's why, sometimes I was confused. He comes and mentions, if it's Rashid, okay, Baba, I would have understood.
Are you done with the paper?
Surgery follows loss to, that's back page. Surgery follows loss to Floyd Mayweather. There's all this thing about his shoulder. If you know you lied in the, why do you come and now confess after getting the money? You, as they'll collect all the money from you. As for them, they don't talk with it.
Let me do the General Telegraph newspaper. 18 NPP MPs to run unopposed in 3 regions alone. Pharmacists demand review of Act 857 of Pharmacy Council Law. Back page: Clottey attempt another world title on Saturday. It says that former world champion Joshua Clottey continues his quest to earn another world championship date when he steps into the ring again come this Saturday, May 9, for a super welterweight clash in the United States. We've heard very little about this particular bout, but is he in shape? I mean, how old is he? Kwame Jumajuma, he's got a lot more details on this particular one, but the issue about Manny Pacquiao, he's been named in a $5 million class action lawsuit filed Tuesday, claiming that the boxer and his team had failed to disclose his shoulder injury to the Nevada Athletic Commission prior to his May 2 match against Floyd Mayweather Jr. as required by law. The guy we're all rooting for, now it turns out he hit something, but what was his motive? We'll make way for Kwame Jumajuma, who's got spots here on the AM show. Please stay.